aka the Salty Stitcher here on YouTube, and this is my 5th video. This is my 3rd floss tube, and I don't know, I'm just super excited. It's been a pretty good day. I'm a therapist, I mentioned it in my first video, and which is why I have a nerdy therapy joke on my shirt, but I'm not going to show you because it is pretty nerdy. Very good neuroscience joke, but I said that in my first video, and I work in a hospital during the week as an outpatient therapist, and then I also have individual clients I see as well. And so I see clients on Saturday, and I was able to get this, hopefully filmed before my next client, which is in a couple hours, and I'm hoping that I can kind of edit it afterwards and not have to be up all night trying to edit and not be able to do any more stitching for the day, because that would suck. I don't want that to happen. But yeah, so that's today. Today's been a pretty good day. Another really good thing that I'm excited about is that I have over 200 subscribers. Last video I said that I had over 100. I was actually at 150 something at that point. I just hadn't looked. Today I looked a couple hours ago. It's 222, I think. And that's just madness. In a week, y'all. I am so excited. I don't know. I just really love cross-stitching. And so to find this community has been really great. And then to find that there are other people like me, that people comment on my videos and they're like, hey, look, I'm just like you. I don't, one comment said I'm double sleeved and I cuss like a sailor or something, or swear like a sailor, and yay, my people. I'm excited. So it's just been nice to be able to see that, I don't know, there's space for me here as well. And I get to share my thing that I enjoy, this thing that I love to do. So 222 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting, for liking, for just watching, for looking at the thumbnail and scrolling past. I appreciate all of that. That's super exciting and very cool. So yeah, thank you. Wee, thanks. Couple new things I'm doing, if you want to say it that way. I changed my camera angle. So if you've watched other videos of mine, barring last week's, which is actually downstairs on my dining room table, because my dogs prefer that when I'm by myself in the house. My dogs prefer that I stay downstairs with them because it's a bit easier to keep them quiet, which I failed, as you saw if you watched that video. They were not happy, very unhappy about the fly zapper that we have down there. Older dog Louie doesn't like it. So I've changed my camera angle here in my office, and that's mostly because I lean on my desk. So I am really bad about doing this. And when I do that, I shake my computer. And when I shake my computer, I'm sure that it gives people some nausea perhaps, or some headaches or something like that. So I don't want that to happen. That would suck. Just checking my camera, sorry. And so I've moved the camera, moved y'all over onto a little secondary side table thing that I have, which allows me to do that and not worry about the camera. And the other thing that this allows me to is to use this desk as a workplace to show you stuff. So I really liked having a secondary camera angle last week. I thought it was kind of fun. And so right now I have this camera angle, which you should be able to see now. So this camera angle is my phone, and hopefully this works. I wanted to be able to still see my phone and be able to kind of tell you what I'm looking at. That way I'm not just broadly throwing stuff on the table and going. But this is another big thing that I'm changing. This is a book of days, and I bought it because I thought it was cool, and a couple of other not patients, we're all mad here apparently, not patients. A couple of other people that I follow on YouTube, other floss tubers, have mentioned the book of days, and I was like, ooh, it's a cross stitch planner, and I thought it was going to be a bit more detailed than this, but this actually works really well for what I need it to be. I actually have an Etsy bought good notes planner that I've been using, and so I really don't need this to be what my iPad can be. I've actually just updated it too, so I might be throwing in some shots of that as we go. But I at first thought I was going to use this to kind of track progress, and so when I first bought it, which was a couple weeks ago, I made some notes about Mirabilia and the Mirabilia I had started, but the reality is I'm not going to remember to use it that way. In fact, I'm only going to remember to update the cross-stitch calendar or cross-stitch planner I have, cross-stitch journal I have occasionally anyway, so I don't want to expect myself to be able to do that, so I won't. Instead, what I'm going to be doing is just tracking sales, because I am a sales whore. Someone called me a Sal enabler, and I'm fine with that. That makes me happy. Go buy all these people's lovely Sals. I love them. I think they're fun. I've been thinking about why I think they're so fun, to be honest. And I think what it is I like that, one, I can chunk up progress. I don't have to do huge, massive bits of progress to see progress, right? So like, for instance, with some of my whips that I haven't worked on, like my Barbie house whip, like, I don't know, it's like 20,000 stitches. Like, it takes time. My Mirabilia, it takes time to do that. I don't get to see progress very quickly. However, with the Sal, I get to see progress pretty quickly. I also like to be able to keep on task. I think it suits the way my brain is it helps me like maintain motivation. This will also help me maintain motivation, hopefully. So again, this is just going to be keeping track of when these releases are, right? And so I've got them all color-coded, sort of. I mean, it's not necessarily a strict color code, but I have them all color-coded. And yeah, that's what I'm going to use it for. So this is my book of days. You can see here that I bought another Sal. I sure freaking did, man. I sure did. I'll talk about that in just a second. But I bought another Sal. I am a weak person. Next thing that we're going to talk about before I show you projects is new floss tubes. So not just new floss tubes that are like people who are new to YouTube who are posting their first video. Some of them are that, and some are relatively new, but people that I've started watching, and a couple of them have shouted me out as well. And so I'm really excited to be able to say that. Like, that's super freaking cool to be part of a community that does that. I feel like we're going to form like our own corner of Flosstube, and we're going to have to rename it something. Because two of the peeps that I'm going to shout out are both kind of gothy witchy fun. And I consider myself like elder emo, more so than goth. I'm usually in a band tee on the weekends. I just happened to grab this one earlier, but yeah. So I think we should like, I don't know what we'd call it. That is not my forte, but like tattooed, dark, edgy, gothy, witchy floss tubers. We should find a way to like create our own little corner, which I think is what's happening. I think that's what these peeps are doing. These floss tubers are doing. So I'm gonna shout them out. I'm super excited. First one is Wicked Cat Stitch. Shouted me out on her most recent one. Super, super cool. I like her setup. She's got like this kind of like it's not a gallery wall, but like almost like a museum shelf setup where she's got lots of books. She's got some of the work that she's done. And she's just super cool. She makes octopi or octopuses. Like amigurumi octopi. Aren't they like cephalopods or something? Something like that. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But they're really cute. I think they're crochet. Amigurumi, yeah, so they're crochet. She sells those on Etsy. That's super fun. I'll have to put her Etsy shop in here, though she has said that she doesn't want a whole bunch of people to buy them because then she has to stop cross-stitching in order to crochet more product for her Etsy site. I think she also makes needle minders, and so I'm wondering, I think she said that she was going to sell some of those. I'd have to look it up again to make sure, but she's really cool. She's got kind of that gothy, witchy vibe as well. I don't know. She's just cool. I like her. She's awesome. I think she started Murder May as a Sal instead of like Mirabilia May. I wish I had kind of seen that as well. I might have done that one on top of Mirabilia May because I'm a glutton for punishment, right? So that's Wicked Cat Stitch. Next is Crow Stitcher, Andy. They are super cool. Another kind of like geeky, nerdy, witchy, gothy vibe, right? So does a lot of full coverage. Lots and lots of full coverage. I'm slightly intimidated by full coverage. I've done some, but I have a hard time finishing full coverage. And we talked about this, I think, a couple weeks ago. I like to finish things, even if I don't do anything with the finish. I like to finish things. But they do a lot of that. They are also hosting the June Dog Sal, the June Dog Stitch Along, which is a long dog sampler Sal, which I'll talk some more about in just a second. But they're super cool. They've got quite a few videos out. Again, lots of dragons. Like I was talking about a tea dragon, which I have to go and look at again to make sure, but I think it was a full coverage, which it makes me again kind of like hesitant to start it. But I do like dragons and I like tea, so I might be hopping on that train in a little bit. There's one more thing I was going to mention about them. Oh, they keep using the word stitchfluence, and I think that's hysterical. Like, you can use it as a verb or as like a stitchfluencer. I like it. I dig it. It's cool. A couple of other people that I've mentioned or that I've watched recently, Diary of Hyperactive Crafter. I tried to look up her name, but she had another YouTube channel that was knit based. Super cool. Has a lot of really different things, and is kind of getting back into, or started cross stitching like 3 or 4 years ago, if I remember correctly, but super cool. Nice long videos if you're liking a long video experience. Cecilia, which I don't remember. I think they had pronouns that they used, so I'm just going to use they for right now because I can't remember off the top of my head. I should have written notes, but I never do. Really, really cool. Has an undercut, has funky colored hair. Just like really nice. Why can't I remember this word? I just said it. Full coverage. Lots of full coverage as well. Both Cecilia and Crow Stitcher I think have similar vibes. Lots of fandom stuff, which I really dig. Bling It Up. Seems pretty new to cross stitching, and pretty new to Flosstube, but really cool. Like, just very different from some of the other Flosstubes I've watched this week. I don't know, just cool. She seems really willing to like try a lot of new things, and I think that's really awesome. And Jill she reminds me of some people that I knew in college that I really liked, but very kind of chill, very laid back, California based, if I remember correctly. Has a really interesting like employment. Oh shoot, bug. Has really been like, she's a nanny, a full-time nanny, and has had some really cool stories, she said. And I have a gnat that won't leave me alone because it's summer in Texas. Sorry about that. Also sorry if you see them like in front of the camera because it can happen too. But just really cool. Lots of like much more of a focus on sustainability, much more of a focus on being, you know, environmentally friendly, that kind of stuff. So check out all of them. They'll all be linked in my bio, or not my bio, but my description. And yeah, that's who I've been watching this week. I try to watch brand new Flosstubers, so I need to go back and watch people who've since like released second Flosstubes or third Flosstubes. I need to go back and watch it. It's been a busy week at work, so that's what that is. So first off, news finishes. I have a finish. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am not necessarily someone who I finish a lot, but I don't do anything with my finishes. And I'll probably do like a Flosstube extra with my things I've finished in the recent couple years. I don't have all of them because I've been cross stitching for a very long time, and I tend to lose things, and I move a lot. My dad was military, so we move a lot. Or moved a lot. So this is my first finish. Yay! I've not ironed it because I'm not going to until I get ready to fully finish it. This is Perennial Potions, or Foxglove Perennial Potions by Darling and Whimsey Designs. There's the little pattern, and I really like it. I really like it. So, couple things about this pattern that I've really enjoyed is it works up really fast. I probably did this in 2 days, honestly. And this is actually a restart. Where's the other one? I think that. Ooh, no! Don't fall. I need you. Don't fall. I have another version of this that I started and then did really super off center, which you can actually see this is also off center, but this is purposely off center because I use a cross stitch key. But I will probably finish the other one that I did because I was going to do it for myself anyways, and save the other half of this linen that I bought because I might as well. This is Foxglove, and it is a small for an upcoming Stitchy retreat that I have in a couple weeks. And the theme of, there's 2 smalls. One of them was like unthemed and the other one was themed. And the theme for this one is Wicked Floral or Wicked Garden, something to that effect. And if you don't know anything about like plants, or poisonous plants more specifically, Foxglove is beautiful, but very poisonous, deadly poison. And so this is going to be my small for that. I'm going to finish it, fully finish it. So you won't see very many fully finished objects from me, but I'm going to fully finish it using this stuff. this stuff. So this is unicorn spit. I originally bought this one. It's dragon belly green, but it's way too bright. And I had bought, oh, it's way too far away. I can't get to it. But I bought a smaller version of this in an oval from Michael's. Bought both of these from Michael's BT Dubs. This is just black. It's called Midnight's Blackness. Whee! And then this one again is Dragon's Belly. I bought a small oval one that's it was just barely big enough for the actual pattern. And the problem with this is I can't draw. Can't draw a little bit, even a tiny bit. And so the idea that I would suddenly be able to draw an oval on a piece of sticky tack board and like make that neat and give it to someone else is just not great. So I bought a squared version or a rectangle version of it, so that or like board in a bigger size, so I can also do a mat of some sort. So I'll do kind of like a fat quarter shop kind of vibe and like a flat finish. And then I'm going to again paint that wood plaque like a darker green, because I think the bright green's way too bright for this pattern specifically. Cut off. There we go. So yeah, that is Foxglove. And again, I'll probably finish the other one I did, because it's probably 2/3 done. It's pretty close. It just needed the floral part of it, and then obviously the back stitching. These floral stems, right? I actually went ahead and used some of the fancy floss that came, like not came in the pack, but that was part of this set, if you will, part of what I bought on 123 Stitch. Actually used it to back stitch the flowers, the petals, because this was actually originally meant to be stitched on Lugana, and Lugana generally doesn't hold as much dye, doesn't hold as much color from what I understand as linen. This is a linen here, which caused this linen to be a bit darker than I expected it to be, or the design was. If you can see, it looks much more peachy toned here. I like this color, so I'm not going to worry too much about it, but especially the pink was just, like the lighter pink was just not showing up. So I went ahead and back stitched it, and I like the way it looks, because again, this is a very variegated floss. It's the floss, both of these both stems, right? Both colors were done with the darker, or the color that's inside the petal. So I went ahead and just, use that variegated floss to kind of do a back stitch, and I like it. I think it looks nice and neat. Again, it's going to be finished in like some sort of flat finish. I'm going to do a video on it as part of like a first fully finished object that I'm doing myself. But that's Foxglove. I'll also be finishing the other one, but you'll see in a second. That is my only finish. Now, that's not unusual, because again, I do a lot of sows. Can't really finish a sow that predictably. That's all my finishes. Now whips. Whips. Here we go. Don't you... I'll pick it up in a second. It's falling. Get that there so I don't lose it. Okay. This is my Moonlit Market sow. So this I was actually a little bit behind on, because I was finishing other cells. But this is one of the ones that I have 2 colorways and 2 fabrics for, 2 starts for, if you want to say it that way. This one right here, the Vervain, is the most recent release, and it's super cute. It has got little bees, and I am kind of obsessed with Vervain in a weird way. Not Christian, right? I don't know. I've said that I'm pagan. I'm pagany. And ancient druids in the UK, in Ireland, in the UK, Vervain was a sacred plant. So when I saw this on that, I was pretty excited. So there's 2 colorways, yes, but 2 fabrics. I've done 2 starts, right? So you have the Ada, and then you also have my linen, which I'll show you guys as well. The Ada is... The Ada is a smaller count. It's a 34 count, which I think that not the Ada. Sorry, the linen is a smaller count. It's a 34 count. And I think the Ada is probably like a 16. Does that sound right? 30. No, it's 14. 14. The Ada is 14 count. These are both just craft store, like fabrics. Come on now. Sorry, it likes to time out on me, and it shouldn't, because I don't like it. I wish it wouldn't do it. This is taking me longer than I expected it to. There we go, fabric. Do what I want you to do. So there we go. That's the linen version, and then this is the Aida version. Now, I've said in my other, I think you can see it. There we go. I've said in my other floss tubes that the reason why I have two of these and the reason why I have two of another sal is because these are black work sals. Black work looks really beautiful on linen, but it's a pain in the ass on linen. And so I don't like to do it if I can help it. So I started it on linen because I wanted it to be fancy, and I like fancy. But again, you just have to be really careful. You can almost, I wonder if you can see it here. I wonder if I can, no, it's not going to let me do it. Not easily anyways. So we won't worry about that. But you can almost kind of see it sometimes. These are just really, like, a lot of the line work is just really messy. And I'm hoping that if I ever frame it, it will kind of ease that a little bit. But I started again on Aida just because if I'm going to do all that work, I'm going to use this for sure. But I wanted it to be nice and neat as well. And so there's actually two colorways for this sal. This is the Moonlit Market Sal by Urban Stitches. And there's two colorways. There's this more jewel tone colorway and this more like fun, funky colorway, right? Lots of more brights and stuff like that. This is Charles Craft, like fiddler cloth, I'm pretty sure. And then this is Weigert linen. Again, this is like a 34, and I believe this is 14, owing for the size, the difference in size, right? But this is my Moonlit Market Sal. So I am on track. There wasn't a release this week, but there was a release last week, and because I was catching up on like Deadly Aquarium and all that kind of stuff, I hadn't had a chance to do it. So that is that. And these are some colors. So you can see there's two colorways here, right? More funky, fun, brights, kind of candy colors, and then this like darker palette. So that's that. That's that. And I don't know where I'm going to put some of these. Oh, something down here. There we go. So that's my Moonlit Market Sal. It is caught up. It is up to date. Next we have Vampirum. And I like Vampirum. Vampirum is super cool. First of all, I'm obsessed with this fabric. Purple is my favorite color. Purple is my favorite color. And so I love this fabric. It is 14 count Batavia by Witch's Garden Crafts, which is one of my favorite like fabric dyers on Etsy. I love them. They are fantastic, and this color is beautiful. It's like lightly mottled purple. And then this guy is the most recent, yeah, I'm shaking the camera a little bit, sorry. This guy is the most recent release. This guy, and then came with these little flowers and these little hearts, staked hearts. Why is the color, where's the brightness going weird? Anyways, I'll try to fix it later. I'm obsessed with him. I think he's fantastic. He is huge though. He's about 100 stitches. Shit. Of course, all of that, and it falls over anyways. Stay. Lord. Anyways, this is the Vampirum Sal. He's about 100 stitches. Or 1,000 stitches rather, not 100 stitches. Can you imagine if that was 100 stitches? One of the things I really love about this sal is just the color. Like, I'm always going to be a sucker for blends, and if you can blend it really well, and these aren't blended threads, please hear me. These are just colors that, like, they just pick a really good, like, range of colors so that you have this, like, really subtle, like, I mean, this looks like blood. Like, it really do look like blood. I love his inside of his mouth, and his tongue is super cute. But yeah, so this is not Batavia, this is Vampirum, and then this is my first big bat, my first large bat, and he's super cool. I loved this, like this is just so much fun. This is ecru and blanc, or white, a lot of it, yep. And then, and this has got kind of a cool, like pastel gothy vibe to it, and here's some threads, some thread colors. Yep, I dig it. It's wonderful. It always makes me think of, when I pull it out, my first thought is that meme. Freaking love bats. Like the little girl. Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Alright, so that is Vampirum. That is also up to date. That is a monthly release. If you saw it, remember it from when we saw it on calendar. It is a monthly release. And next we have some more blackwork cells. Make sure you can see them. Duh. And there. Which these two I think are going to be harder to find. Just these. And I'll spread these out in just a second so you can see the full things. But these are what we're looking at. So this is the year-long sale from Steady Thread. You can find it on her Facebook for free. The way she does it, she does a weekly release on Fridays. I believe it's on Fridays or late on Thursdays, one of those two. Weekly release, and then at the end of the year, I think they become something that she put, like, I think she collates them, puts them in one big, you know, document, and then sets them on Etsy, right? So get it while you can for free. So again, similar situation as with, come on, I want you to show us the colors. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah. I lost track. Similar to the Moonlit Market sale, I have two versions of this because I started it on linen because I like linen and forgot how much I hate doing black work on linen. It's just the way it is. And I learned this lesson, y'all, last year. Like, I learned it last year, if not before that, probably. When I tried to do the first Wanderer sale on linen. But the problem is that if you try to count that, it's going to take you forever to count it. I don't think I have... Was the Wanderer something I did? Oh, you know what? No, it wasn't. I talked about it in my last one. The Wanderer is monthly. That's the reason why I forgot. But I can always pull it out later and show you. But it's massive. And the first release is always the frame, right? And so are you going to count in double running stitch, like 200 count, or 200 stitches, but, you know, 2 over 1, or 1 over 2 rather. No, you're not. You're not. It's going to take you forever. It's going to take you forever. It takes you forever to do it on Ada. So it's going to take you 5 times forever on linen. So I'd already learned this lesson and yet still made the same mistake. But I really wanted to do this frame because I really like, most like braid Celtic-y type stuff. I just think it's fun. So this came in 2 different layouts, more so than colorways, and then you got to pick whatever colors you wanted. So colors are not necessarily different between the two. Sometimes I'm able to even do the same, like for instance, these two are the same release and they're done in the same colors, like the flowers are the same colors. Sometimes I'm able to do that, sometimes I'm not. So this is my linen example. This is in the, I forget what she called it, the woven frame, I think is what she's called it, or what they've called it, because I don't know what their gender is. I should not assume. These are the 2 most recent ones. Because again, it's weekly, so you're going to see 2 new ones from me pretty much every week. If I forget to show you, then you only see 1. This one was last week's, and then this one was this week's, and I just did them together because I was running out of time. But they work up pretty quick. I love this tulips. I really want to do this tulips more in this like purple, but the reality is that there's a lot of purple already on the side. How I'm picking this is I'm literally just looking at it and trying to pick out what colors will be better in what spaces. So that is that one. And then this is the potted version of it. And these 2 are the most recent ones. I've meant to do this actually more in this orangey color, but I would have had to dig it out of probably the Moonlit Market sale, and I didn't feel like finding it. So I didn't. So I did it more pinky, which is, it'll be alright. It'll be alright, and I've just decided it's going to be alright. So love it. Love this pot. You can't really see the pot. Love this pot. I think it's super cool. So I've been having fun doing a couple pots here and there in blue. So I just think that, like, I don't know, just kind of vintagey, and I dig it. So that is the year-long sale. I won't show you the colors for it because it's just, again, it's kind of random based on what I want to do when I want to do it. Pretty much. This is another sale. It's going to be sales for days. Sales for days. Forevers. This is Femurs and Fungi by Fine Frog Stitching, and I'm obsessed with it. I am obsessed with everything about it. I love the fabric. The fabric is Fine Frog's, the fabric is Femurs and Fungi from Witch's Garden's Craft, where she did a specialty colorway. already told you my favorite color is purple, and this color purple is more my favorite color than even Batavia is. Batavia is beautiful. This is nice and dark and spooky, and I dig it. I also dig just that this is so, like, I don't know, it's just so on brand. It's so great. I love it. Femurs and fungi, so everything is like bones and fungi. Mushrooms. There we go. So these two are the newest, right? This is vertebra and I can't remember what the name of the fungi was. Starts with a V though. And then this is what they call, I think she called them occult tools, right? So it's like a little crystal ball, and I finished it this morning. So yeah, I think this one may not have been done when I saw you guys last either. I can't remember. But these three are the most recent ones. So I did this one last week, and then y'all. These are the colors. Nice and pretty. Lots of reds and greens and blues, right? And I just love it because again, this has got so much of this like really not complex. It's not complex. It just looks like it is, because it's not. It's just different colors, but it's got all of this like, just the way she's chosen colors and made that kind of like, I don't know what to call it. I'm not artistic. I pay people to put art on my body because I can't draw. But I just like the way that she manages to pull out shade and shadow and all that kind of good fun stuff. So this is Fine Frogs. It is also completed. This one's pretty much weekly as well, if I remember correctly. And there's like an off week, once a week, or once a month rather. But yeah, this is good. This is also one of the ones that would be finished first because really there's probably only 4 or 5 releases left. So it's pretty much, I think it's through June or through like the first week of July. I can't quite remember. But yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I like these little mushrooms up here. It's cute. Alright. So that's that. Fine Frogs and stitching. Fine Frog stitching, not Fine Frogs and stitching. This is another small for the upcoming Stitchy Retreat. So the Stitchy Retreat that I'm talking about is the Stitching Sirens Retreat here in San Antonio, hosted by Under the Sea Fabrics. So I'll be going, it'll be my first retreat. I'm super excited, so I'll do a video on that as well, I'm sure. But there are 2 smalls. I already showed you the first small. You're going to fully finish that one. This is a biscornu. It's an appropriately sized biscornu. I'm showing some growth, I think. You may not know what I'm talking about, and that's okay, because I can't get to it right now. It's over on the other side. But I made a massive biscornu that was like, not kidding, and so not really an accessible biscornu. So this is going to be an appropriately sized one. And this is Rustic Floral Biscornu by Fireplace Hobbies over on Etsy's where I got it. And it's using 2 skeins of this colorist cotton by DMC. And it is in 4,522. 4522, there we go. And I just dig it. I really dig it. I've been having a lot of fun kind of making sure that when I stitch it, I stitch 1 over 1, like a English or Victorian, right? Yeah, I dig it. This is just regular old Charles Craft tea-dyed linen. 28 count, I believe. But, yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. I dig it a lot. That's all I've got done. That one's empty. That's all I got done. I'm not going to serge or even, like, sew the edges because I don't care. It's not that I don't care. I do care. I want it to look nice, but I'm going to be putting a running stitch around the corner of this. I will cut it and make sure it's all measuring. And I'm probably going to iron it, and so it should hold together pretty well without it being a problem once it's in its biscornu state. So that is that. This is probably 2 days worth of stitching, and so it'll be done pretty quick. Lastly, in terms of whips, yeah. Lastly, in terms of whips, is the Deadly Aquarium Cell. I've been so tempted to like find a way to post something about this and just use the Jaws theme, but I have not done it. Why is the light so weird? So weird. Anyways, it is what it is. So last week's, when I last showed this, I had just finished the frame. Right, and the frame itself is like 6,000 stitches. I said it was 7, but it's actually 6,000 stitches. So then this little manta, not manta, that's a totally different animal. What is this called? Moray eel. Starts with an M. I was close. this moray eel and this little like diver's helmet is super cute. But that was last week's release. And then this week's is actually this little pufferfish. I won't show a picture of it just because, you know, I don't know that that's allowed, so I'm not going to do it. But this little pufferfish, I've gotten about 200 stitches in just today. My needle, my little peacemaker needle. I just love it. I love it. I think the pufferfish has a name too. I think it's named like Kevin or something. It's just cute. I dig it. I dig it. This is Weeks Dye Works linen in seafoam, 32 count seafoam. And then these are some colors. Duh. Lots of blues and greens. This is probably the most colors I have for any of my sales. And the first time I've ever had to use 2 of these little stitch cards. I bought these stitch cards on Amazon. Talked about them last week. This is what I've been doing, right? And I also have a... Can I reach it? Can I reach it? Ah, da. And then I have a shared colors one, right? And so the fact that I have a shared colors one usually means I only have to use one for the actual project, but the reality is not that. So there's so many colors for this, which is fine. Again, I always appreciate when I can get some really cool color gradient or variant, what gradient, ombre, whatever it's called. I'm not an artist. I don't freaking know. Like, I just like it. I think it's cool. I think it makes me happy. Like, you can't see my fingers anyways. Duh. There we go. Like this. Like, that's just cool. This little guy with his mouth open. He's real rad. So this is almost up to date. This will be up to date by the end of the day, hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah, that's my whips. All of my whips for today. I'm not going to put that up there so I can find it. All of my whips for today. The femurs and fungi, I didn't say this earlier, and I'm not remembering to do this, but the femurs and fungi Sal lives in this Simply Morel bag, which... super cool. This is one of the 2 bags that came in my like mermaid box. You have like a stitchy box. Super cool. $80 for the stitchy box, and it was 2 bags and a whole bunch of goodies, like a whole bunch of stuff, like charts, patterns, kits, like all kinds of fun stuff. So this is where my Deadly Aquarium Sal lives, and I think that's appropriate. And then this is my femurs and fungi Sal. And they're good. They're not like stiff the way that like let's see, where are you? They're not as stiff as the way my like Golden Familiars bag is, right? But I still kind of dig it. This is one of my 2 Golden Familiars bag. This is Cryptid Floral, I think, or Cute Cryptid, something like that. And then I have this one. Right, so this is where my Barbie house lives. I don't get to work on my Barbie house because of all of my sales. It's my own fault. I agree with that. This is where my Mirabilia lives. But I have 2 more of these coming. So next Flosstube, you'll be able to see 2 more of my Golden Familiars bags because they're super fun. But this is Simply Morel. So they're not built quite the same, but I still like it. I think it's like it works. Like, I like both of them for different reasons, if that makes some sense. So, Deadly Aquarium, fine, femurs and fungi, and then most of my other ones are just in kind of like the ones that you can buy from Amazon, because I haven't replaced them yet. Yet is the key word. Because I tried to sew. I suck at it. I'm not very good at it. I get frustrated with it, so I'm not going to do it. That's all my whips right now. So, plans for this next upcoming week. So, first off, where did I put it? I just had it. Oh, here it is. So first off, I will be doing... Oh no, yeah, that's shiny. I can't do that. I can't do that, Tias. That's not nice. I won't. This is my pattern. I don't like to keep stuff out of the plastic because I'm a clumsy girl. This is my long dog sampler for June Dog. Right, so again, June Dog is hosted by Crow Stitcher, and they just have asked that you do some for every day, right? Some for you work on a long dog sampler throughout the month of June. So I have chosen Dilemma. Now, what's fun about this, and the reason why I picked this one specifically, is I like the shape of it. I like a good square. Makes my life a little bit easier. And there's 9 spaces, but 12 charts, right? To fill those, or 16 charts to fill these 9 spaces with, right? So you don't do the little quotation marks, obviously. And And so I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with it, because I kind of want to do all of the things. I don't like to not have to do all of the things. I have plenty of fabric. This is my Forbidden Fiber Co. of the month last month, and I got 18 count Ada. This is a full fourth quarter, like a fat quarter, in Mermaid, which is just very, there's a little bit of modeling, but not a whole bunch. Not a whole bunch. It's just very pretty aqua, right? Aqua. And so what I'm thinking is there's plenty of room to do this, all of these on here somehow. The question though is, I don't think I can't really like extend. So what might happen, maybe I could extend. Maybe I could just do this row, like the border from here, twice, and just do it on the bottom as well. I bet I could. I could figure it out. That way, no, because that still wouldn't be enough. That would be 12. Because I can't count. So I would have to do some clever stitch witchery to get that to work. But maybe I will. Maybe I will. I kind of want to do all of them. I really like this little griffin. That's not a griffin. That's just a regular old. That's a griffin. I like the griffin. I like the woof. I like this thing. Is also looks like a griffin. I don't know. I like a lot of them. I like a lot of them. There's not really any of them that I'm like, yeah, get rid of that. Like, I don't really need the pig, I guess. I want the castle because I'm going to change that to 2024. I don't know. I like a lot of them. So, we'll see. We'll see. I might be making my life a bit more difficult than I need to. Maybe I can just find 7 to get rid of. I don't know. But that sounds like so cruel. I don't want to get rid of 7 of them. 7 of them are cool. I don't know. I don't know. That's why it's called a dilemma. So it's, again, Dilemma by Long Dog Samplers. This will be on Fiberlicious. Nope, not. I'm a liar. Forbidden Fiber Co.'s 18 count in Mermaid. 18 count Ada in Mermaid. And then I'm waiting for, and the reason why this isn't a start yet, even though it's June, is I am waiting for thread to come. So I bought 2 fancy threads, 2 fancy flosses. I bought Bog Witch by Pirate Robin Creations, I believe. I'll have to look it up. It's an Etsy shop. I'll put it in my thing, my description. But Pirate Robin, I'm pretty sure, is the first 2 words, and they want to say it's Creations. But I bought it Bog Witch for it, which is this like lovely, like really dark kind of blue green. And then I bought Kraken by Night Stalker's Calling, which thanks to Weird Cat Stitch again, because she turned me on to Night Stalker's Calling. I've got some stuff from them already, but I like fun floss. And I like floss by people who are creative, more creative than I am. So the idea is I'm going to do this aqua fabric with like a really dark green, kind of variegated floss, and I'm just going to use that one color, right? If you have 18 count and you do just the 9, like just 9 of them, then you should only need like 50 yards, I think is what it was, but I bought an extra one just in case. Or 60 yards. It was 60 yards and I bought an extra. So I bought 70 yards of floss and both of those colors to see what we want to do most. So that's this guy. That's this guy. Right? So put these where I don't have to worry about them getting messed up. And then this is what I was telling you guys earlier. This is the first iteration of the first try of the Foxglove. And so like you can see, I only have like a little bit left here. And then the flowers, which will take me, I could probably do it in a couple hours, to be honest. Or like a day, we'll say. We'll be nice and say. So since it's already pretty much done, this is actually even better centered. So maybe I'll use this one for the other one. I don't know. It's actually even better centered than my first one, but whatever. I uncentered the other one on purpose, and so I just would like that to be recognized because I did that on purpose. This is, oh, I never said what this was, I don't think. So this is Picture This Plus linen, 32 count linen in earthen, I believe. So, so is the other one. We were both the same. I bought an extra square of it. So that's another kind of plan for the next couple weeks. Most likely I'll finish that just so it's donezo. Keep those plans separate. And then I also want to work on my Mirabilia. So if you've watched my videos, you can see where I've put my freaking needle. Sarah. If you watched my videos, last time I talked about her face. I haven't been able to get much done since then because I've been catching up on sales. but I'm hoping that I'll have Deadly Aquarium pretty much done today, if not done tomorrow. And then I can kind of just work on Mirabilia for a little bit as well, because I don't think, I'm not going to have the floss yet. I don't think. I might be here, actually. I might go look. But because I don't think she's actually going to, if I don't put effort into doing her, she's not going to get done. We'll say it that way. And I don't like to leave stuff unfinished, especially not $100 kits. Maybe not $100. I don't think it was quite that much. But buying, like, generally when I do stuff like this, I just go on 1, 2, 3 stitch and I just hit select all. And I just might take out the DMC I already have, if I remember to do it. So I have everything for this kit. And it was pricey, to be honest, right? And so I don't want to leave it. She's real pretty. I'm really excited to do some of the cool stuff, and I'm going to be using like the Krennic and the Karen Water Lilies as a like first videos as well, because it'll be the first time I've used either one of those. So hoping to get some work done on her today and or tomorrow technically. And then sorry, I'm just watching the clock because I have a client. But these are her colors. She's got some cool, like, I don't know, I called it deserty once and then corrected myself, but I actually kind of do think it's a little deserty. Maybe it's just the peachy and the teal. But she's got some cool colors. So I guess that's what she looks like. So yeah, I don't want her to be neglected. Neglected is no fun. So that's those 3 kind of plans, right? Other things I kind of have on the docket, if you will, is I will again fully finish the first Foxglove, so I can make sure that's done. And then I have the rest of those patterns that are connected, but I don't necessarily have them planned to start necessarily. I just like them. I think they're cool. Stick those there. Next, we have, I think that was it as far as new starts. June Dog. Yeah, I think that's about it. So next we have haul. From my last, I think it was 2 hauls ago actually. Maybe it was last haul, I don't remember. These are hauls that are for my mystery box gift for the Stitchy retreat that I talked about. So these are from Stitchingly Along. I got this and a couple of other things. Might have put away. No, I didn't put them away. That's where they are. Duh. So I got these like cool skull pins. See, can I get you to see them? There we go. There's 5 of them. 5 cool skull pins. They have a little gem on the top. A little that's not a rhinestone, gem, whatever it's called. It's not really a gem, but you know what I mean. So I got these 5, which are in my Schmaltzy Crafts handmade, hand felted zombie eye pin cushion, which I dig, I love, I think it's fantastic. But these are part of that pack of mystery box gifts. So they're frog themed, so of course that's appropriate. It's a little stitch picker, and of course that's a needle minder. So there's those. These are some of the other things I bought to go with dadgummit, come on. Okay. To go with now I don't know where I put it. Yeah, I do. It's right here. So the other versions of this. Now, there's 4 of them as far as I can tell. 3 of these I bought on 123 Stitch, and then the last one I had to buy on YouTube. Not YouTube. Can you believe? I would be so broke. I had to buy on Etsy in order to get the set because I like sets. I have a bit of the. I like sets. I am highly neurodivergent and I like sets. So these are some of the stuff that I bought for that. Like for instance, these are the 2 Weeks Dye Works fancy flosses that go with this guy. These are, minus the green onion on the top. These are for Belladonna, which is in here, right? And then I think, so these are also part of this as well. These are all for the 4 patterns here. I think this might be 2. All of these are for these 4 patterns. The 4th one is called Echinacea. I think it's Echinacea. And it's like a digital pattern, so I can't show that. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So that's all those, and then I got fabrics for it as well. So we have 1, 2, 3 Stitch, Lugana Heritage. There we go. This is also Picture This Plus. Picture This Plus, Lugana Heritage. Or Lugana in Heritage. This is Lugana in Legacy. And then this is Murky. Right, so all of these, so they must have been out of the earthen Lugana, now that I think about it. They must have been out of the earth in Lugana, but that's okay. It's, yeah, no one's going to notice the difference, to be honest. So that's, these three are for the same for, like, the other three patterns. So those are theirs. Those are those. Be a deer and turn back on, bitch. Bitch, I called you a bitch. I bought some more peacemakers, just because I like them, so I need to take it out of here anyways. These are just more peacemakers. I think I bought them in a smaller size. They are a pain in the butt to thread. They really are, because those eyes are super teeny tiny. But I don't know, they're just cool, and they have a cool name. So I bought some more because I like them. I wish you could buy them in bulk. That would make my life a lot easier. I like bulk stuff. This is from Night Stalker's Calling, along with all of these. So I got some fancy floss just because I wanted to see colors, honestly. Like, it's weird because I don't have anything planned for any of these, and I definitely didn't buy enough of them to really do much of anything. I was thinking about using this for the Biscornu, but I think the lighter color in here I didn't think would show up on that fabric very well. And so these are the 4 that I got. Or 5 that I got. I got Oki, I got Sandcastle, I got Bonnie Lass, which is this one. It's just I'm kind of obsessed with, I'm not going to lie. Like, this is super cool. I got Are You Complicit and Poison. And then this is a fabric of the month from last year, I think, July last year. It was like the last one left. This is Lugana, 28 count Lugana in Twilight Zone, which I think is super cool. It'll also be my first opal. I've never used opal fabric, like opalescent fabric before. So that's that. That crinkle is probably annoying, I'm sorry. But that's that. Again, I bought 70 yards of Night Stalker's Calling Kraken, which is like another deep bluey green. A little bit less deep than the Bog Witch, but we'll see which one I like better. Which one goes better with the fabric, rather, is probably more correct. I also joined the Floss of the Month Club for Night Stalker's Calling, which is on their Patreon. And I'm excited to see if I don't know how that works. I'm still kind of looking up how that works, but I like it. I think it's cool. And then this is the last little thing in haul I have. This is another Simply Norel bag. This was the bag of the month for this last month. I think it's May. And like I said, like, she just leaves puts a whole bunch of cool stuff in here. Like, she's really sweet. She don't gotta do this. She don't gotta do this, but she do. So for instance, needle minder, which this is adorable. I like birds. I like birds a lot. I like this kind of like folk art kind of vibe. I like floss is always good, I think. I don't think I'm using this color, which is good. That means it's probably new. Like, I probably don't have it already in my stash. Not that it's new, but I don't have it in my stash. She always leaves a cool little card, right? Some more funsies. Another thing of Swiss Miss. Little sweets that I'm not gonna lie, won't eat because I'm not big on hard candies like this. And then this is an exclusive project for the Project Bag of the Month Club for May 24 rather. Bleh. And this is just cute. It's just cute. So, yeah. This is probably, in here is probably going to go my, you know what? I'm probably going to move Mirabilia into here and then use that other bag, use the Golden Familiars bag for another thing. Because this has got foresty vibes and I can make that work. And it's got the metallic-y. Yeah. That is what I shall do. That is what I shall do. So that's all of those. Yeah. I think that's what I got. So my next video is probably actually going to be finishing for the Foxglove small, right? The small. That's probably going to be my next video on next week. And I will show you how I finish it, because I'm going to again use, don't leave me, this guy, some sticky tacky board, and then some fabric that I bought for project bags that I'm probably not going to do anything with because that's just the way this is. Welcome to ADHD in the hobby graveyard. But yeah, so I'm going to make a darker green is my plan because I think this is just too bright. Just match my hair kind of though. But yeah, this is what I got. So that'll be my next video, and then if I look at the calendar, where's the calendar? make my life easy. I was about to use my laptop, but make my life easy. So if you look at the calendar, I should probably mark this on here. This is the week of the Stitchy retreat, right? This is the week of the Stitchy retreat. And so this video I'm filming here, it's gonna go up next on like tomorrow, right? So then I'll have a first Stitchy video, or like a Stitchy firsts, another floss tube. Oh, perfect! It'll sit perfectly. So my next 3 videos from now will be another like Stitchy firsts video, right? And so that will be my first retreat. So it works perfectly. It might be a bit late, but it works perfectly. Okay, cool. Well, that's all I got for you today. We did new floss tubes to check out. We did haul, we did projects, all that kind of good fun stuff. And yeah, that's what I got. I hope everyone has a good day. And if you need me, holler, and I'll see you next time. Bye!